Have you ever met someone who calls themselves classy and 5 minutes later they're trash-talking someone's outfit and bragging about their salary? Yeah, no thanks. Truly classy people never have to say they're classy. They show it in the way they speak, the way they listen, how they carry themselves, and especially in what they don't say. It's about self-respect without ego, confidence without cruelty, and elegance without effort. Today we're talking about 8 things classy people never say, even when they really, really want to. And don't worry, we're not here to shame you for occasionally thinking some of these things, but let's try to be a little more intentional, kind, grounded, and at the very least, let's not say these things out loud. Let's get into it. 1. Do you even know who I am? If someone says this, I can already tell you who they aren't. Classy. Genuinely elegant people don't need to wave around their resume, their followers, or their family name like a flag at a parade. They're not out here casually mentioning their networking brunch with a royal. No, they walk in like they belong, not because they think they're better, but because they're comfortable in their own skin. True class whispers. It shows in how someone listens, how they hold space in a room, how they treat the waiter with the same respect as the CEO. The second you feel the urge to prove your value out loud, that's your cue to breathe and let your character do the talking. The people who matter will notice, and the ones who don't aren't worth impressing anyway. Remember, presence is power, not volume. 2. That's beneath me. Look, unless you're being asked to swim through a sewer in heels, maybe chill with the beneath me energy. Truly classy people don't measure their worth by what tasks they do, or by the people they associate with. They treat everyone with dignity, whether it's the CEO or the barista who spelled their name wrong for the 3rd time this week. True elegance is grounded. It's the woman in a tailored blazer who still picks up her dog's poop with grace. It's the guy in a suit who opens the door for the janitor without expecting a thank you. When you see every interaction as a chance to show kindness, you radiate confidence without arrogance. So next time you're tempted to roll your eyes at a small task, ask yourself, what would Grace Kelly do? Probably smile and just handle it without ruining her manicure. 3. They look terrible today. Whew. This one? It's giving high school energy. Classy people don't comment on someone else's bad hair day or outfit disaster, even if they really do look like they lost a fight with a leaf blower. Why? Because putting others down never lifts you up. It might get you a cheap laugh in the moment, but it costs you dignity every single time. You know that one person who always finds a way to compliment others, even subtly? Oh, that color looks amazing on you. That's the energy. It's not fake, it's generous, and people remember how you make them feel. If someone's look isn't your vibe, guess what? You don't have to say anything. Revolutionary, I know. Class isn't about perfection, it's about grace. And grace means choosing silence over snark and kindness over cleverness, even if the shoes really are a crime against fashion. 4. I can easily afford that. Nothing kills the vibe faster than turning a casual conversation into a wallet measuring contest. Truly elegant people don't feel the need to announce their bank balance, casually slip in the price tag of their watch, or tell you that they only fly first class. Wealth whispered is far more powerful than wealth shouted. When you talk about money to impress, it's like spraying cheap perfume. It lingers in all the wrong ways. Classy people let their lifestyle speak for itself. If they can afford something, great. If they can't, also fine. Either way, they won't make it a public debate. So next time you're tempted to say, oh, I could totally buy that, remember the classiest person in the room is usually the one who doesn't feel the need to prove it. 5. I'm just being honest. Ah, yes. The classic, I'm just being honest, also known as, I'm about to insult you and hide behind a disclaimer. Truly classy people know honesty is important, but it's how you deliver it that matters. They don't weaponize truth like a dodgeball to the face. Instead, they wrap it in empathy and tact. There's a big difference between, that dress is awful, and I think you look amazing in the blue one. Same intention, completely different impact. If you find yourself about to start a sentence with, I'm just being honest, pause and check. Am I helping, or am I just being hurtful? Classy people choose words that build bridges, not burn them. Remember, honesty without kindness is just cruelty in a fancy dress. 6. I would never wear that. We all have personal style preferences, but classy people know that fashion is subjective and they don't rain on someone else's runway. When you say, I would never wear that, what you're really saying is, I don't approve of your choices, which is unnecessary. Unless someone has a little wardrobe malfunction. Even then, maybe just quietly hand them a safety pin. You can keep that to yourself. Classy people celebrate diversity and style. They might think, not my vibe, but they won't say it out loud. Why? Because tearing down someone's self-expression says more about you than about their clothes. Next time you're tempted to judge someone's outfit, try finding one thing you do like, even if it's just the confidence they're wearing it with. That's the kind of style that never goes out of fashion. 7. That's not my problem. On paper, it might not be your problem, but classy people know that saying this out loud makes you sound cold and self-centered. Instead of brushing people off, they offer empathy, even if they can't fix the issue. A simple, I'm sorry you're dealing with that, goes a lot further than, not my circus, not my monkeys. Now, this doesn't mean you have to take on everyone else's drama. Elegant people set boundaries, but they do it with warmth. You can say, I can't help right now, but I hope it works out for you, and leave it at that. Why? Because empathy isn't about solving everything. It's about showing you care enough to listen. And the truth is, people will forget the details of your words, but they'll remember how you made them feel. Compassion costs nothing. Indifference can be very, very expensive. 8. That's just who I am. You know when someone says this as a defense? That's just who I am. I tell it like it is. The translation is, I refuse to grow. Elegant people don't hide behind personality traits to excuse bad behavior. They know that self-awareness isn't just recognizing your flaws, it's actively working on them. Saying, that's just who I am, slams the door shut on growth. It's like saying, I've reached my final form, when in reality, we're all works in progress. Instead, truly classy people own their mistakes and adjust. They might say, I'm working on that, or I didn't realize how that came across. That's not weakness, that's strength. Because grace isn't about being perfect. It's about being willing to learn, adapt, and show up better than you did yesterday. Classy people know evolution is elegant. And there you have it, 8 things truly classy people never say. The truth is, we've all probably said at least one of these before. I know I have, but that's the beauty of self-awareness. Once you notice, you get to choose differently next time. Class isn't something you're born with. It's built in the little moments, in the way you speak, the way you listen, and yes, in the things you choose not to say. So maybe this week, pick just one of these to focus on. Notice how it changes the way you carry yourself and how people respond to you. Small shifts can completely transform the energy you bring into a room. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe so we can keep growing together. Tell me in the comments which one of these stood out to you the most. I would love to know. See you in the next one, darling.